the NFL, only 22 players start. Of a 53-man team, 58% of the team is technically on the bench at the kickoff. In high school teams, about 15 to 18 people are selected, but only 10 people play in the actual championship. 33% benched. In badminton, and yes, badminton is most definitely a sport, I was one of the best on the team my age, and still sat on the sidelines, benched. Really though, benched is a funny word. It can mean a layoff letter, exhaustion, insult, sitting on the sidelines literally or figuratively, or being told you're not enough even when you know you are. But there's a meaning no one talks about. Being rejected even after you made it to the best of the best. That's what I want to talk to you about. Because my experiences of being one of the best in the game to being benched taught me much more than just winning alone could ever have. So I started playing badminton from a long time ago. And soon enough, both badminton and me were just one. So finally, when I made the school team, being a level ahead as a freshman and everything, with the nerves and everything, it felt like a validation. Then came the sweaty Saturday that changed the whole proud idea. It was a tournament day, and we were all really excited. I was on a winning streak, and the next few matches were going to be decisive. So I scooched to my right to pick up a drop, a desperate attempt to score some points, but somehow it didn't feel right. I didn't hear it, but it felt like a pop. And I fell, an awkward kind of fall. Now, if you know anything about high school sports, the unspoken rule is that if you don't immediately get up, the high school trainer should check you. Long story short, I found out I tore my ACL, damaged my meniscus, and a couple of other things that basically meant a whole new vocabulary for me, because I didn't even know these things existed. And it meant a new apocalypse. Weeks on crutches, months of physical therapy, that was months of bench time for me. Sitting on the sidelines, watching the championship game, benched. After years of sweat and tear it was, both in my eyes and my knees. Badminton was a big part of my identity, but never the only thing. Yet this ACL tear made me feel like I was nothing without it. I was devastated, lonely almost, broken. But here's the thing. That bad step I took wasn't just because of an accident. It was because I wanted to win badly, because the pressure was coming from every direction, both personal and societal. First, we expect too much from ourselves, especially as teenagers. But when nothing around us is perfect, we can't make that our goal, especially for sports and competitions. A 2023 Health Psychology Journal study found that 91% of teen athletes overload themselves by their own fear of failure, because these athletes, like most of us, chased excellence. And then it's never just internal. There's no shortage of people we're afraid to disappoint by coming up short. Sports coach and psychologist David Adolph said that since we're so focused on others' expectations, the pressure itself weakens us in the game. Everyone around you might say, pressure makes diamonds, but at that point, you're the diamond in the rough. I was the diamond in the rough. Sure, on crutches, but my life was still limping. And then it follows you, off the court to your head, leading to mental exhaustion. An NCAA mental health study from May 2024 found that about 40% of women and about 20% men felt mentally exhausted almost every day in college sports, because these athletes train exhausted, compete exhausted every single time they play. This is what sustained pressure is. It follows you everywhere. to the bench, to the crutches, to the sidelines. Hold that feeling. Because I'm not the only one this happened to. Look at Simone Biles, the great gymnast who stepped back because of her own mental health. People initially dragged her online, but then she showed up stronger than any one of them. That bench time wasn't the end of her story. It was just where her comeback began. I was sulking, but in no mood to give up. Because it's either that the pressure breaks you, or you use the break that it gives you. And I chose the second one, choosing the pastime, making use of the bench time to redefine what success is, a time for you to breathe. When people say sports injuries take your whole life away and there is never a comeback good enough after that, I agree with them. Only a little bit, though. What I figured out is that it can be controlled and made temporary. First, we need to start by taking breaks. Try out different things. Dr. Joseph Case calls it being a NARP, non-athletic, regular person. People who spend time reading, build a hobby, have a personality. Because positive distractions are key. If all we do is grind, we're basically signing up for burnout. If you're on the sidelines, take that time to improve your game. Make yourselves mentally ready for the next game. Watch others play and learn. Then choose progress over perfection. As cliche as it might sound, this isn't about lowering your standards. It's about shifting your mindset towards growth. Instead of obsessing on winning, it's about picking up new techniques and working on your ways to try out different things around yourselves. Look at Ashley Barty, a former Australian tennis player who stepped back from her game between 2014 and 2016, all because she was burnt out. But at that time, she started playing cricket, achieved rapid success, and then came back to tennis only to win 3 singles championships in it. Whether it's a project or a game, it's about reassessing your own limits, working on your strengths and weaknesses. After all, you can't risk becoming the next Exhibit A. When I look back, my brother bringing food to my room, my family doing everything I told him to, weirdly enough, it was one of the best times ever. I wouldn't want to repeat it, but I wouldn't want to miss it either. The thing is, a no this way can simply mean a not now. These short-term games don't define your long-term gains. And you being benched may not be because of an ACL tear. At least let's hope it's not because of an ACL tear. But the cause itself, whether it's an injury, insult, or a rejection, should never define you. It's more about what you do with that time, how you redefine yourselves, how you try out different things. Because remember, the bench isn't the end of your story. It's just where your comeback begins.